Welcome to the Curious Adventurer Show.
I am Miss Allison, and I must have my notebook when I'm exploring.
I am Miss Amber, and when I go on an adventure, I like to bring my backpack.
I am Miss Katrina, and when I am on an adventure, I always have my map.
I'm Miss Keon, and when I explore, I always bring my magnifying glass.
And I am Miss Hillary. I don't go anywhere without my compass. As curious adventurers, together we will visit ancient East Asian civilizations, learn tricky word patterns, and follow the adventures of the Cat Bandit. We hope you come get curious with us.
Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back. We're so happy that you have decided to join us today. My name is Miss Allison, and this is Miss Katrina. We will be your teachers today. These are the Mississippi College and Career Readiness Standards we will be covering today. If you have paper, pencil, a red marker, or crayon, go ahead and grab that now. If you don't have these items, that's okay. You can just follow along with us. Our learning goals for today are to spell and write one-syllable words and read and write words with tricky C. Before we begin today's lesson, we will do a quick check to see how well you can spell a few words. So go ahead and get your paper and pencil ready. I will give you a word, and then I will give you a sentence using the word. You will write the word on your paper. Put your thinking caps on. Here we go. The first word is wish. Wish. I wish I could go to the beach. Wish. Your second word is picnic. My mom packed a picnic basket. Picnic. Number 3, she. Is she your sister? She. And your fourth word is shelf. Put your crayons on the shelf. Shelf. Number 5, box. May I open the box? Box. Okay, you had 5 words. I'm going to call out the 5 words one more time, so check back over your paper. Number 1 is wish. Number 2, picnic. Number 3, she. Number 4, shelf. And number 5, box. Now I will give you a phrase to write. We're going to pound out the number of words in the phrase together. The phrase is a picnic wish. Get your pounders ready. Ready? Picnic wish. How many words did you hear? 3. Your phrase is a picnic wish. Write that now. All right, let's check to see how you did. Miss Katrina, will you show the correct spelling? And while she shows it to you, you check your paper. If you missed any words, don't worry about it. Just cross it out and write it correctly.
Number 1, wish. W-I-S-H. Wish. Number 2, picnic. P-I-C-N-I-C. C, picnic. Number 3, she, S-H-E, she. Number 4, shelf, S-H-E-L-F, shelf. Number 5, box, B-O-X, box. And my phrase for today is a picnic wish.
How did you do? Do your words look like Miss Katrina's? I bet they did great, Miss Katrina.
I bet they did great also.
Now for today's lesson. Today we will be learning about the tricky letter C. Remember that some spellings can be pronounced more than one way, and that's why they are called tricky. Let's take a look at our consonant code flip book to see our spelling card. This card shows C makes the K sound, as in cat. We've already learned about that sound. I want you to put your fingers on your throat and make the K sound. Did you feel anything when you made that sound? Did you feel anything, Miss Katrina?
No, I did not feel anything.
Do you know what that is called if we cannot feel a vibration in our throat? That's right, it's called unvoiced. The K sound is unvoiced. Here is our tricky letter C. As we just discussed, you already know that it makes the K sound. So let's read some words that begin with that sound together. Ready? Can, cap, cot. Notice that all of these words begin with the K sound. Great job. Now this is where it can get tricky. C can also be pronounced as S. Let me say that again. C can also be pronounced as S. C is often pronounced S when it is followed by the letters E or I. We will take a look at some examples. Let's read these words together under the S sound. Ready? Scent, citrus, cell. Good job. Notice that the C is followed by an E or an I in all of the words that are under the S sound. This gives you a clue that it may make the S sound. It is important to remember that K is the most likely pronunciation option, and therefore it should be the one that you try first. If it doesn't sound right or doesn't make sense in context, then you should try option 2 with the S sound. You may need to try sounding out the words 2 different ways to figure out how to pronounce the C in a word. We will have an opportunity to practice this in just a few minutes. Take a look at the spelling card. C as in scent. Let's find the power bar. There it is, right there. Remember, the power bar tells us if it is a common or an uncommon spelling. If the power bar is really long, then it is a common spelling. If the power bar is short, then it is an uncommon spelling and is not used very often. Miss Katrina, what does the power bar on this card tell us?
I noticed that the power bar is short. Therefore, this is a spelling that is not used very often.
That's right, boys and girls. Because the power bar is short on this card, then the C as in scent is not a very common spelling. Let's take a look at the spellings for s that we have already learned. We know that the most common spelling for s is the letter S, as in sun. You have also learned that it can be the double S, as in dress. Now we will add this spelling card that shows that the S sound can also be made with the letter C, as in scent. Remember that consonants are always outlined in red. So if you have a red marker, pen, or crayon, grab it now and draw a square on your paper. Once you've drawn the square, go ahead and write the letter C and the word scent underneath. So let's review the two sounds that Tricky C can make before we begin our activity. Miss Katrina, would you remind our scholars what it means when a letter is between two slashes?
When a letter is between two slashes, that represents the sounds.
That's right. That's the sound. So we have learned today that the Tricky C can make the k sound, and it can also make the s sound. The words that we have under the k sound were can, cap, and cot. Under the s sound, we have scent, citrus, and cell. Remember also, boys and girls, that you should always try option 1 first to see if it makes sense. And if that doesn't work, then you try option 2. Now we're going to try an activity. Miss Katrina, would you help us with our activity?
Sure.
Let's take a look at this first sentence. Boys and girls, can you find the word that has a C in it in sentence number 1? Did you find it? All right, listen as I read this sentence. The king got the princess a kitten.
Princess? I've never heard of a princess before, Miss Allison.
No, me neither. I don't think that makes sense. I've never heard of a word princess. So now I'm going to try it with option 2. The king got the princess a kitten.
I've heard of a princess before.
I've heard of a princess too. I believe that option 2 is correct, and it makes sense in context because a princess is the daughter of a king. So now we will write the word princess under the S sound on our T-chart. If you would like to work along with us, flip your paper over that you use for your spelling quiz and draw a T-chart. That just means you make a line all the way across the top and down the middle of your paper like a big capital T. Then we're going to write the words in the column for K as in can or S as in scent. If you have your T-chart ready, Miss Katrina is going to read sentence number 2. Go ahead and be looking for that C in the sentence.
We slept in a cabin. I've heard of a cabin before, Miss Allison.
I've heard of a cabin also, and it makes sense because you could sleep in a cabin. So where do you think that you would write the word cabin, Miss Katrina?
Cabin. I think I will write the word cabin underneath the column with the K for can, and I will write the word cabin underneath that column.
Do you agree, boys and girls? Miss Katrina is correct. The word cabin should be written under the k, as in can column. All right, let's look at sentence number 3. Go ahead and find the C in this sentence. As the band was singing, she was danking.
Danking? What is danking? I've never heard of that before.
Me either. But it says that there was a band singing, so I think I'm going to try option 2. As the band was singing, she was dancing.
Okay, I've heard of dancing before. I like
Yes.
to dance.
I like to dance too, and that makes sense because if a band was singing, then people would probably be dancing. So, what column should we write dancing in, boys and girls? Yes, we should write the word dancing in the S, as in scent column, because the C in dancing makes the S sound. Notice what letter follows the C. Do you remember what letters we said follow a C that give us a clue about the sound?
I think we said E or I.
That's right, E or I. So remember, that's a hint about the sound that this tricky C can make. All right, now I'm going to ask Miss Katrina if she would read sentence number 4.
My mom swept up the dust in cobwebs. I've heard of cobwebs before.
Me too. I've actually seen a few in my house, actually. Miss Katrina, cobwebs does seem to make sense. It sounds correct, and it makes sense in the sentence. So, boys and girls, go ahead and write cobwebs in the column that you think that it belongs. Good job. You should have written the word cobwebs in the column for the k, as in can. Now let's look at sentence number 5. This time I want you at home to read. First of all, I want you to find the C in the sentence. Then I want you to read the sentence by yourself and decide if the word is going to go in the k column or the s column. All right, did you find the word cup? Where did you write the word cup? If you wrote the word cup in the k column, then you are correct. Kiss your brain. Now I want you to do the same thing with number 6. Find the word that has a C in it. And be very careful with this one. And then I want you to read the sentence and decide where you will write the word on your T-chart. Have you got it? Miss Katrina, will you read sentence number 6, please?
He had 6 chances to stop. Whoa, Miss Allison, chancus? I've never heard of that word. Let me try to read it with the second option. He had 6 chances to stop.
Oh, that makes sense. Chances. I've heard that
Yes.
word before. Boys and girls, where did you write the word chances on your T-chart? You should have written it in the S column because the word chances, the C in chances makes the S sound. All right, last sentence. Boys and girls, go ahead and find the C in the sentence, read the sentence, and then write the word on your T-chart. So sentence number 7 says, Liz spotted a skunk at the camp. Camp is the word with the C. Does that word camp make sense in this context? Do you think it makes sense?
Yes.
I think it makes sense also. It would be pretty common to see a skunk at a camp. So the word camp makes the k sound as in can. So you should have written the word camp in the column under the k sound. How did you do, boys and girls? Did you get all of those correct? I bet they did a great job. What do you think?
I bet they did also.
That was fun, boys and girls. You all did a great job reviewing our spelling words and learning about that tricky C. Don't let it trick you. Use what you learned today and share it with someone at home. Thank you for joining us. All rights and credits from the lesson belong to Core Knowledge Language Arts. We would like to thank them for publicly sharing these materials. See you next time on The Curious Adventurers.